I've avoided gimmicks in a lot of games, so let's add Mario Maker 2 to that list. Shout out for the idea. The rules of the challenge are simple. I must avoid every level's main gimmick. The rules will be a bit different from my other challenges since Mario Maker is a different game, but I'm only going to use power-ups I get from the levels, so not that level editor thing. Everything else is the same. Checkpoints are saves, and the enemy levels I must avoid the enemies and its attacks. I'm just going to tally up all the levels at the end since there's no worlds, so stick around for that. But with all that said, let's begin. The first level is a downhill battle and the gimmick is Goombas. I decided to jump up here to avoid them a little bit easier and barely missed 10 coin. Anyways, when I got to the checkpoint, I was excited to get a star, and then I realized it was completely useless. Anyways, after somehow taking damage to this piranha plant, don't ask me how, I was able to get the flagpole and clear the level. On a research expedition, I had this question block I tried too hard to get, and levels like this that are pretty uneventful, I'm not going to spend that much time talking about just because they're pretty boring. Anyways, when I finally gave up, I ran past and I touched these on-off blocks, which are not on-off switches, so it's fine, and then I ran into a wall. And yeah, the wall is not going to move. In Hello 3D World, the gimmick is these trees, which I'm allowed to walk past as long as I don't climb on it. Anyways, I had to find a way to get over this tree, so I decided to bring this bee over so I could bounce off of both of them and try to climb over. Yeah, I don't know where I was thinking with this. There's one. Anyways, oops. Yeah, let's try that again. Okay, there we go. Okay. This time we have both the bees over there. We're spinning for good luck. Oh, we only needed one. Okay, sweet, we're over. Anyways, the rest of the level was boring, so I got the flag and cleared the level. Under the angry sun's gimmick is these lifts. It's not the sun because you're on the lifts the entire time, okay? They're the gimmick. Anyways, after a jump, I accidentally touched the lift and had to restart. So after another leap of faith, yeah, no, this level's not possible. In the mystery of the Haunted Manor, the gimmick is doors, so obviously we can't go into any of these, so maybe there's a secret passage. Let's check up here. No, nothing. Okay, maybe there's something down here. No? Okay, worth a shot. Alright, reach the goal while grabbing all 30 coins. You have 5 seconds to guess how it's gonna end. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you guess we're not gonna be able to beat it? Good job, you're right. Oh my gosh, look. There's a big wall, so we can't even try the level. In Showstopper, I started by building up momentum to get over the munchers with only 1 damage boost. Then, after getting into this section, I had to carefully maneuver past these guys, but eventually I was able to get to the checkpoint with relative ease. Then I accidentally took damage from one of these guys, so after restarting, I got them over here, and I was able to jump past them. But then I was greeted with this spike section, which I would have to damage boost past. But the problem is I didn't have a mushroom. So I decided to look to see how far it was to make sure I could make it, and I actually hit a Goomba, but yeah, I would need a mushroom to get past this. After restarting, I was able to get a mushroom from the checkpoint, and I was carefully able to get over this. However, I soon got to this part, and I didn't have another mushroom to damage boost past, so this level's impossible. And the keymaster of the gimmick is keys, and by the name, you can tell it's probably not possible. I mean, that door should tell you everything you need to know. Anyways, I did decide to run through all the sections, but yeah, I'll spare the details. There's no way to beat this level. Bonsai Bill Ambush was essentially run and occasionally wait for the Bonsai Bills, and yeah, this was pretty easy to beat. Seesaw Catapults immediately stopped me. Tunnel to the Dark Side of the Moon, I got a little further in, but still was stopped pretty early on. And would you look at that, another level where we die pretty much immediately. And guess what? It's so exciting! More failing almost immediately! So, in No Jumping Allowed, it's kind of tricky to determine if it's possible or not. But in my mind, since it says no jumping allowed, it seems like jumping is the main focus of the level. So I'm going to argue that jumping is the gimmick, and since I'm not jumping, I'm not breaking the gimmick. But feel free to disagree with me, but it's my video, so I'm doing it how I want. Anyways, this level took me way too long to beat, but it was in fact possible. Guess what, guys? We're back to dying immediately. Okay, so in swing, claw, swing, the gimmick is the claw. But you never actually touch the claw, you just like move the claw around until it gets the enemies to where you want them. So since I don't have to touch the claw, then I can beat this level. Treetop fireballs was another clear condition that was very clearly impossible. Plenty of cheap sheeps in the sea, just requiring me to not touch the cheap sheeps, which was easy. And I'm starting to realize that a lot of these levels I'm going through pretty fast because they're just pretty much either really easy to beat, you play them normally, or they're just not possible and you can tell immediately. So that's why I'm going through everything really fast. So hopefully there's more interesting stuff later. I guess for now we're going back to dying immediately. Guess what? More dying immediately. Except this time I'm happy because I don't like this level. In River Fish in the Forest, I easily got past the cheap cheeps. And above the clouds beyond the vines is another level where you cannot get anywhere. In Goomba Clubhouse, I touched a Goomba going through this clear pipe, which I couldn't avoid. In Boo's Towering House of Terror just required me to not touch the Boos, which was pretty easy. On Big Showdown on a Little Star, I decided the gimmick was Koopas because you have to jump off of them to beat the level, and I accidentally touched one here, but looking at this, you would not be able to make this jump, so it's impossible. Red Yoshi's Cheep Cheep Cleanup required me to kill 25 Cheep Cheeps, and you actually kill them using Yoshi's Fire, and since Yoshi's Fire isn't me touching them, this is perfectly fair game, and so I was actually able to get to the end of this level and actually beat a level with a clear condition that wasn't the jumping level. So yeah, this level's possible. In the way of the shell, no matter how many times I hit this on off switch, the shell wouldn't move, so I couldn't beat the level. Be Gone Rotten Mushroom, you literally play normally because the gimmick's Rotten Mushroom and the Rotten Mushroom kills you. So yeah, it was pretty easy. Actually, no, I lied, it wasn't easy. It took me like 10 minutes to beat this level just because I suck at it. Blink Blank Blanc had this long section of beat blocks that I couldn't get across. Deep in the Windy Valley, I couldn't beat because I can't control the wind, okay? That's not how weather works. In Ancient Seesaw Fortress, I actually managed to get inside, but once I got in there, I couldn't do anything because of the seesaws. However, after a few tries, I actually got up here by using a Goomba jump. But from here, I couldn't go anywhere. Look, there's another big wall in the way, so I can't do anything. Apparently, this game loves walls. In this level, I attempted to jump over the bumpers, but yeah, there's a lot of bumpers. So apparently, Nintendo really wants me to do handstands on trees. It's not happening, Nintendo. Stop asking. In Upside Down stretches, I needed to jump over these skewers, which wasn't happening, so I couldn't beat this level. And we have another gimmick that's the entire level, so I can't do anything but stand here or jump into lava. Ant Trooper March took a lot of attempts. First, I had to jump over these guys and squeeze under that guy, and what makes this hard is it's an auto-scroller, but I had to jump over a lot of Ant Troopers. I had a little break, but then it was more jumping. So overall, this level wasn't too bad, but it did take a decent amount of attempts just because it's fast-paced auto-scrolling. But it honestly was pretty fun trying to avoid all the Ant Troopers. I did eventually get to the end and clear this level. Fly-by-Night Clown Car seemed like immediate death, but I actually got to this platform, and after getting a mushroom, I actually jumped past these Koopas, and I was able to jump on these Goombas. I didn't get past them though, and I couldn't get past these piranhas either way, but closer than I thought. Boo Ring Course required me to not touch the Boo Rings, but as long as I'm inside them, I'm not actually touching the Boo Ring, I'm just in it. So I thought this level was actually pretty easy to beat, and after a few attempts, I was able to clear it. The Underground Menace was impossible because the Piranha Creeper wasn't moving. Save Me Snake Block was impossible because the door put me standing on the snake block. Oh my gosh, it's another on-off switch level that I can't do anything in. And now it's another coin level that I can't do anything in. And now I can't touch the lava lift, so once again, I can't do anything. Impassable Castle is a level I had extremely low expectations for because you have to move the thwomps around and stuff. So at first I was able to get the thwomp to move without me touching it. But then there was this section which you're supposed to move the thwomp up there. But I literally just damage boosted and it was fine. Then there was this section which the Buzzy Beetle shell literally did all the work the thwomp needed to do. Like, it broke everything. And then I got to this section which was a little scary, but I just jumped over. And it was the same thing over here with this section that once again just had careful timing. Then I hit this change home up here and the thwomp took him out. So then I just had to jump up and hit the axe and win. After that, Lava Bubble Limbo was pretty easy because I just had to avoid touching lava bubbles, which would have killed me anyways. Dry Bones Lava Liquor requires me to kill Dry Bones, which I obviously can't do. And Blinking Block Blitz, I can't do anything in either. Rotten Produce brought back the Rotten Mushroom, so once again, I was able to beat it pretty easily. And guess what? Another level where we can easily get to the end, but can't do anything because there's a clear condition. Guess what? A level where I made the tiniest bit of progress, and then the level put me straight on the Gimmick. Yeah, Mario Maker, this is getting old. And get over it, you fall faster than the poison, so I was never able to get that far. I was able to have a pretty decent attempt here, so with some patience, I was able to land onto this platform, and then I took another jump, but the next platform was really far, so I couldn't beat it. In Angry Sun, I just had to avoid the sun, which is pretty easy for me considering I already avoid it in real life, so I'm basically a pro. Alright, there is no way I'm getting in the car, okay? If I wanted to drive, I would play Mario Kart. I'm not following the clear condition. Oh. Well, I guess I can't beat the level. This level loves Buzzy Beetle shells. Even if I could get the shell at the start, I immediately get popped onto this donut block, which drops me onto these shells, and then it gives me another shell. So, yeah, there is absolutely no way I could beat this level. Well, to the spikes it is. Coins under the sea required me to get 100 coins, and even if I didn't have to get the coins, this section was impossible to get by, so this is definitely impossible. And I see we're back to failing at the very beginning. The world's greatest cannon ride is a level that looks impossible. Yet, on my first attempt, I actually managed to get to the checkpoint, and then I came across this jump, but I decided, you know what? Let's go for it. And I actually came surprisingly close. So on my second attempt, I managed to avoid all the cannonballs. But then there was this section, which I had to land a precise jump between the cannonballs. And after my first attempt, I got close, but missed. So after landing the cannon jump again and waiting around for a little bit, the platform lined up, I made my jump, and I actually avoided all the cannonballs. But just as I thought it was calming down, another gap appeared. This one was a little bit easier to land, but still annoying. And after that, I really just had to wait. And this level I thought was impossible, I actually managed to get to the checkpoint and clear it. And after that crazy level, the game went back to being annoying and not letting me beat anything again. And we're still not gonna beat anything. And now I had to jump around a fish. A fish. Yeah, most of the levels that are clearable are way too easy. Guys, this time it's not a wall that's stopping me. It's the floor. It's not that much better. And look, the Gimmick's right there and there's no way I can beat it. Actually, no, I'm happy this is the snake block level. In this level, I had to avoid the POW blocks, but the purple blocks were perfectly fine, so if the purple blocks hit the POW blocks, then it was fine. Anyways, over here I had to squeeze past this piranha plant, and then I had to jump over this one, but I was able to hit this block and break all of these POW blocks. Then over here I brought a Koopa shell over. I was able to break enough blocks to be able to wall jump up over here. And then after climbing over that, I was greeted with this section, but after banging my head, I was able to jump over pretty easily. Then there was this section, which was a little scary, but I was just able to jump with the piranhas and get over. Then I had to bang my head again, and I was able to jump up. So, yeah, I was able to clear this level pretty easily. And don't worry guys, Mario does not have a concussion. Probably. In Parabeetle Transfer, I landed on the question block and then one platform, and then I couldn't go anywhere else. In Boom Boom Rager, it seems like you might have to fight Boom Boom. No, you can literally jump over the entire level. Bonsai Build Chase Scene was literally just running left and right until I got to the end of the level. It was really easy. And in this level, look, there's another wall that's preventing me from making any progress. I know, it's real exciting. Freezing Rain is the definition of a level where you have the gimmick and it's right there and you could very easily touch it, but it's not what you would touch in a normal playthrough, so you just kind of run past it. So yeah, easy. And it's another on-off switch level where we can't do anything. In Choosing the Clouds, with the help of damage boosting, I was actually able to get decently far. But damage boosting can only get you so far. I was stuck after this part. Lava Bubble Castle just had me jumping around lava bubbles, which was relatively easy. But Blooper Barrage required me to touch these bloopers, so it was impossible. Good Lakitu, Bad Lakitu required me to use the stuff Lakitu through, but I didn't actually have to touch Lakitu, so I beat this level. In this level, you might think the gimmick is coins because of the clear condition, but I'm going to argue that it's the bombs because in order to get all the coins, you typically need to use the bombs. And that's what I thought. I thought I would need to use the bombs to get all the coins. But I was in fact wrong. I'll spare you the details and just show you the final attempt because it took me like 30 minutes. But I started by running all the way to the end of the level to get Gimmick to break this one block, which gave me access to this spring. With my trusty friend, the spring, I was able to go through, jump, and collect so many more coins than I would have without it. I went back to essentially the start of the level and I grabbed these last few coins that I needed and I actually completed the clear condition. I was able to run over and clear the level with my trusty spring. In this level, we have to bring the stone to the end, but you know, to protest Nintendo not giving us this in the level editor, I'm not going to use it. I mean, I can't beat the level, but it's worth it. And now I can't touch ice, and I got pretty far. And then this section of ice popped up. And now I can't touch Skip Squeaks, which is kind of a problem because that big Skip Squeak has a key, and I can't get the key. And now we have another on-off switch level. I'll let you guess how this one went. Another no jumping level, which is relatively straightforward, considering I can't jump anyways. The end of the level was a little interesting because I had to walk off this power block, but I managed to get the flag. In Vines in the Castle, a well-timed wall jump got me up to the pipe, but once I went in it, yeah, there was nothing I could do. I couldn't even get high enough to reach the Squiggler. In Red Yoshi's Highway of Flames, yeah, as you can see, I couldn't get very far. And look, it's another level where I take lava straight to the face. And now we have another no jumping level where the gimmick is what it's telling you not to do. And guess what? The walls are back. We can't do anything. In Big Bang Boom and Bully Castle, I actually didn't have to touch the bullies at all. So with a bit of careful maneuvering, I was able to clear it. Monty Mole Iceberg Getaway was a little tricky, but overall relatively easy to clear. In just a normal everyday castle, yeah, there was one place I could go, and it was that door, so unclearable. Invisible Wind Sprinter required me to grab this star to progress. And that's it for the 90 base levels. Now let's play the 30 extra levels that you get from talking to characters on the map. And kicking off these levels, we have Swinging Claw Escape. And I can't touch the claws, but they're also technically the gimmick, so I was able to clear it. And now it's another immediate fail, and another easy no jumping level. And honestly, a lot of these later levels are either immediate fails or super easy to beat, so I'm just going to rapid fire through and I'll explain if there's anything interesting. Unbeatable clear condition. Thwomps do all the work. Unbeatable clear condition. Requires gimmick immediately. Mario has a light circle. Requires gimmick immediately. Don't normally touch gimmick. Spawn on gimmick. Requires gimmick immediately. Requires wiggler jump. Unbeatable clear condition. Touch gimmick or die. Unbeatable clear condition. Unbeatable clear condition. Unbeatable clear condition. POW blocks do all the work. Unbeatable clear condition. Wall blocks progress. Finally, a level where we do something. In this level, I was able to use Yoshi to grab the stone, jump up to here, and use Yoshi to grab it through the wall. Then I was able to jump up and grab the goal, and I beat a level with a clear condition that's not a jumping level. And we're back to failing, and failing again, and more failing, and more failing, and power spamming Meowser. We have another wall, and more stupid toads. And Super Mario Bros. 1-1 requires platforming. Obviously, I'm saying platforming is a gimmick because the game was originally a platformer, and that's about all I can find, so this level's unclearable. So, assuming I counted correctly, a total of 37 out of 120 levels were clearable, which is incredibly low. Only about 30% of levels were clearable, but it kind of makes sense as Mario Maker is all about gimmicks. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. It helps a lot. And consider checking out this video where I avoid gimmicks in New Soup U. Bye!